Greetings, Tubiverse. I am One Noob, and in this Top War video, we're going to talk about the Match 3 Mayhem event. Now, the developers over at River Game did something pretty cool about one weekend, and it made me push me over the edge here to do a video on this. And they did a little something that goes like this. For free-to-play players, this event was useless for you, but I've got my phone right off the screen here a little bit. I'll pop it up so you can see what I'm doing. But they did something really cool for us. So for anybody that is a free-to-play player, 1 week in of this what's left of 47-day event, they gave us the ability to go cheer people on. Now, that may not seem like much, but if you read the fine print here, something really cool has happened. For every 100 chests that you open, and you get a chest every time you cheer, you're going to get a Mayhem coin. So for a free-to-play player, you can now play this thing. Okay, so I'm going to address this from a pay perspective, but free-to-play players, this applies to you too. Just make sure you're getting in game and you're cheering. It really isn't that hard. You do get regular replenishments here, as you can see in about an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to get another 10 cheers to go on. And this is a very long-standing event, so you can get a good number of coins to participate in this event. So free-to-play players, rejoice. Now you can get some stuff here. And the second thing I want to talk about in this event is for everybody, no matter who you are, is that this game is different from other pay linear games that are basically, hey, you buy these coins, look right here, I'll tap on this. Here, Dev, take some money, it'll be nice, you'll enjoy it. And then you get these little tokeny thingies, they're coins, tokens, whatever, and then you mash the button and you get coupons, which you can then in turn use in the store to buy fabulous prizes, right? For the coupons or tickets, whatever you want to go buy, all right? As opposed to like, we're used to seeing things like the dice game, or there's just a bunch of them. There's this little pachinko thing, there's a pinball game. All those are linear games. I'm not going to go super deep into the mathematics here, but this is not a linear game. Your odds of winning are actually higher. So for a lot of us, for those of you that have talked to me in the past when I go through these events, the first thing that I do is I tell you to go and look at the prizes first. I don't want you to just mindlessly dump money into a game. I want you to look and see what you can win, and that'll determine how you can move. And at first glance, when you look at the cost here, if you've played this game for any amount of time, it makes sense that versus those other games, like these are about right. I mean, 150 coupons for a decor, or 125 for a decor. That looks about right. But the thing about this game is that this is not a linear game. Okay, so your chances of winning are higher. In other words, think about it this way. If you were in Vegas, which apparently tourism is down right now, so you should go or whatever, I don't know. It'd be cool if they paid me for that. In any event, they do not. This is the equivalent of inside of a casino, the one-armed bandit that has looser slots, so higher probability of winning. I'm not going to go all the way down the math. I'll just tell you this. Basically, it explains to you something pretty important in terms of your match odds. There are 6 different icons that spin when you hit this thing, but 2 of them produce tickets. Right, so the deck is already stacked in favor of getting tickets, and then, if I remember right, let me see here. Even this box right here, so there's another item here, can get you vouchers that you can use for goods. So the rewards are way better, and the trick of this is that as you get into the center of the circle, the probability of getting at least 3 go up radically, and that's why you have 2 different 40% chances to straight out get some of the tickets. So yeah, the odds of winning are significantly better. From what I've heard from some folks, both in the One Noob Discord and in some other private places, that sounded weird, but it's just private DMs. Again, I don't have a script, and I'm used to those. The hitting it one at a time is going to be better for you than hitting the 10x for whatever reason. And I'm just hitting this just to give you an idea as to like how combos work. Sometimes I do well, sometimes I do poorly. But overall, you have your matches that you get just for lining up 3 in a row, right? And then every time you get more 3s and more 4s, you get combos which pay you even more tickets. So nobody paid me anything special here to go through and do these. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a foundation as to how probability and odds stack up. Now, another thing I'll tell you is as you're going through and playing this game, you want to make sure to pay attention to these daily rewards at the bottom. Make sure you're rounding things out. I recommend for most players that are doing a little bit of buys here and there, don't exceed 20 of these in a single day, 20 rolls in a single day, because at that point you've got to go from 20 all the way up to 40 before you get 2 more free vouchers. So either 10 in a run or 20 in a run, that's the target that I think you want to shoot for in order to get stuff. But I've had some pretty big combo rolls. I don't know how it's going to go in the luck of like recording this live. And I promise you, I'm not just going to burn through this video doing this. I'm just going to take a little bit of time and let you see how it's panning out for you. But yeah, this is pretty good. Now, the funny part here is, yes, you can get stuff for free. Ooh, look, I got a box. That's cool. What did I get? Yay. I like those. Those are yummy. Because you have a higher probability of getting these tickets, okay, these vouchers versus other pay games. What that means, and you've already seen this in the small amount of time that I've been burning through and you know, spending money, is that I'm getting way more coupons or vouchers than what you're used to seeing in these other pay events, okay? Again, that's because this is a non-linear style game. I hope that Top War does this more often. And you look at the fact that this thing goes for 47 additional days, you can get a whole lot out of this, okay? So I already got my 10. I'm gonna stop there for you and show you where this just is very different. So for the most part, for most of this game so far, I've only done once a day. I do the 99-cent and $1.99 rolls. So if you're doing that every 2 days as a free player, relatively speaking, you're guaranteed to be able to get up to 10 of these and then do your rolls to get 2 additional vouchers. So what's that worth? All right, for all of us, this is where the rubber meets the road, whether or not you're a free player or a pay player. What is this worth? Now, a lot of us got turned off when we saw this. So 2,000 coupons, the way that we normally think about these vouchers, for that base skin, when the developers have done a really, really bad job of listening to us and these becoming increasingly irrelevant over time, was enough to turn off a lot of people too. They're like, forget this, 2,000 coins. Like, I know kind of what my payout tends to be in games like this. I'm not going to play. But again, and I've just showed you this, these are looser slots. You have a higher probability of winning. They actually do have some good stuff in here, by the way. I don't really care about that either. So yeah, this nice little base effect, kind of dumb for 2,000. Sorry, devs, it is what it is. Almost 1,000 for this base skin. No bueno. I know I kind of said this backward. I'm sorry, but again, no script. In any event, not great. However, only 150 of these vouchers, and you can tell I have quite a bit of them right now, to get decor with defense. And for those of you that have paid attention to what works in game, that's a pretty big deal. And I already have this one, and I have another 322 left. I still got a bunch of rolls to make. This guy's pretty good also. All units damage increase 2.5%. Nice at 125, because again, it's not the same 125 vouchers that you're used to, looser slots, so keep that in mind. For free-to-play players, you can, if you get lucky, you might be able to get one of these. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be going on for a long time, so you have a lot of time to grind, and you might get one. It's worth an attempt. I would say free-to-play players, for you guys in particular, wait until you get towards the end of this event and figure out how much you accumulate before you make the decision to buy anything. Don't be in a rush, because there's other really good stuff here. Right here, this Legendary Beast random chest. I don't know. For 300, it might be worth something. But stuff that we always struggle for is sitting here. We have Skill Shard Lucky Chests. Okay, we know how hard it is to get exclusive skill shards. We've got a bunch. We've got one a day that we can redeem here. That's pretty nice. You can kind of stock up on those if you need to. Also, let's see. I want to show you this. Hold on. We already know these are about 20 bucks a piece. However you go through, you might be able to get one for free if you save up. Just depends on how your luck goes. But I can tell you, if you're doing 99-cent and the $1.99 a day thing, you're gonna get all that stuff. It's not a question of if, it's when. For free-to-play players and for all the rest of us, there's something sitting here that's pretty useful that you might not think about at first pass, and that's power cores. Overall, in a lot of videos, I've told you, hey, if you can get something for free or for gems just for grinding, do that. Do not spend in game. But with that said, power cores are really, really, really hard to get your hands on, and for most of us, doing your research and maxing it out, it takes years to do. So having these sitting here and having the ability to get 600 of them, that's pretty nice. So I don't know that I would load up on those, but it is what it is. Also, when you get pretty high up in doing your mastery research, you can run low on these. So it's nice to have those sitting there as well. But overall, yeah, I would not do the class item chest. No, thank you. A random level 5 component, nah, not a big fan. Maybe if I was like doing cleanup and I ran out of stuff, whatever, but you get the idea. There are actually some pretty good things here, whether or not you are a free to play or a pay player. There's some good little trinkets in here. Enigma repeaters, again, especially if you're a free to play player and you get enough to get them, why not get them? There are some pretty good applications for Enigma repeaters if you've looked around in game, and those aren't too easy to get your hands on either. So overall, my original advice to people on any of these pay events, it applies to both free to play and pay players. And it start with this store first and try to figure out like what is it you want to get and spend until you get to that point. At just 99 cents to $1.99 a day, running through and getting these things, given the fact that this is such a long event and now it's available for free to play players, this is pretty good, actually. I mean, I definitely, I'd like to give it up for the developers. Thank you so much for giving something for free-to-play players. And the reason why I think that people passed up on this also is, again, just the inclusion of the base skins. And those aren't what they used to be, folks. I think the developers knew full well they were giving a discount with this kind of an event. And in their minds, their twisted minds, they were like, well, we're just not going to include base skins as much because those are a big deal. And they're just not. They got to fix that, but rant off, I'm not going to rant on that. So that's the Match 3 Mayhem event for you all. It is fairly simple, and now it is rewarding people that are willing to grind and are free-to-play players. But just remember in this, again, this may come along again. For this event, it is loose slots, okay? So when you look at this, it's not as expensive as you think it is to get things that you're used to getting as a paid player. And for free-to-play players, you finally got a free opportunity at one of these, so take advantage of it while you can. So past that, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, so please throw me a comment, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And if you want to talk shop afterwards, please join us on our Discord. I always link that on the end. So thank you so much for all of your support, and until next time, Tubers.